I'm Meteorologist Joe Winters. We are going to run down the storm systems that are moving through. We have two storm systems of note that will be pushing across eastern Iowa. One round of wintry weather will develop later tonight, continue through Friday morning, and a second round comes our way as we work our way into the day on Sunday. That's kind of the start of the second one. That one's more stronger, but more slower moving as well, so it is going to take a while before it heads in. Let's go ahead and go to our graphics right now, and again, we're going to alert you to the fact of the two storm systems. The one on Friday is going to bring some snow to the north. That's where we'll see the biggest impact on roadways. We've been talking about it for several days, but even as we head farther to the south, probably to Highway 30, that possibility will be there once again for some slick roadways with a rain-snow mix. Then starting on Sunday, we'll see more rain and more snow. You'll see that we're kind of bookends with some snow, with some rain in between on that storm system. Winter weather advisory went into effect earlier this morning. Corey had that for you. The only change was an extension and moving that advisory into Grundy County. But basically, if you take the counties along Highway 20, Grundy, Blackhawk, Buchanan, Delaware, and Dubuque counties and move to the north, that's the area under the winter weather advisory. It's not to say that down toward Highway 30 there won't be some issues, but the biggest issues with the morning commute especially will be from the snow that will be falling and accumulating. Both of those will cause issues and impacts because you'll get some slick conditions as well as reduced visibilities. That's in effect as we move through our Friday. Storm system itself, a real fast mover. It's going to zip across the area. We can see that pushing now down across the central plains by about 10 o'clock. As it does, it's going to intensify or enhance, grab more moisture. Right now, it is very dry across eastern Iowa. In fact, our dew points are in the single digits and teens, so it takes a while for that moisture to saturate the atmosphere enough that we get falling precipitation. Other than a couple of flurries from some of the clouds we saw today, that's all we've seen. So the energy from that storm will certainly help draw the moisture into the region. Now, as we move through the evening, we're quiet, as we can see. Now, by midnight, there are some pockets of light snow showers. Not a lot yet, but we're starting to see more moisture in as the clouds really start to thicken up. By 3 a.m., I would call it some scattered snow showers, but you look just off to the west of Interstate 35 over toward Mason City, and we do notice more moisture, more enhanced moisture with the darker blue headed our way. That would be some of the heavier snow. Now, there you go, 6 a.m. That's just in time, the arrival for the morning drive, and you can see it's positioned perfectly right along Highway 20 and points to the north. That's where some snowfall rates could be maybe an inch an hour. As it falls that fast, it certainly is going to reduce visibilities across the area, and as it accumulates, ground compaction, we'll see how much it compacts. It's going to be very moist snow that moves through. Also, the ground is warm. See how long, what that does to affect kind of the total snowfall. And then we also have to watch the fact that it will accumulate in some of the roadways, especially elevated areas that may get colder first. That's what will cause some of the very slick conditions as well. Now, you'll watch the north will stay with snow as we head farther south. So this would be between Highway 30 and Highway 20. You can see that we do get a mix of rain and snow, or some snow for a period of time. So not going to rule out some accumulating snows farther to the south during that time frame, let's say 6 to 9, 10 o'clock. Not going to rule out some very slippery conditions either, because that certainly could be the case. South of 80, as you go toward Iowa City and Washington, there may even be a rumble of thunder that pushes through. Overall, though, we are looking at that staying in the form of rain. By noon, most of it's gone, and it certainly moves out by the afternoon, leaving behind some northerly winds and some clouds. Snowfall forecast upped this today to 2 to 4 inches. There is some possibility that there may be some isolated heavier totals. It just depends on where more of an enhanced band would develop, but 2 to 4 inches will certainly cause problem, a little bit more than that as well. And then you'll notice farther south, so this is the Highway 20 to Highway 30 corridor, traced to 2 inches. Morning commute, that's the time frame. That's why, again, it's more impactful because of the time that it's actually going to fall. Farther south down toward Iowa City, maybe a trace, but really it should stay more in the form of some rain. If we look at the moisture content through Friday, it's a start at getting some moisture in here, but as you can see, a tenth to a quarter of an inch. So you melt everything down, it's going to be, again, maybe a quarter of an inch of precipitation. So that's why it's not the big producer that we are going to see as far as rainfall that we'll see early next week. So overnight, our forecast, normal low is 28. You can see in the northeast zone where we'll get most of the snow, we're near 30 or upper 20s. And where we'll get more rain, you see those overnight lows are in the middle 30s. Rain and snow likely, and then tomorrow, same story on the highs, a bit colder where that snow falls, may lower some of those down into the 30s as well, just with that snow on the ground for a period of time, but it is going to start to melt away as well. Temperatures farther to the south in the middle 40s. Winds 15 to 25 on Friday. That's enough to cause that snow that's falling to, again, reduce the visibilities a bit. But the storm that moves in Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday, a stronger storm, and it's going to have a lot of wind with it as well. We can see moving from the southeast all the way back off toward the south and the west. That southerly wind on Monday may bring us some very mild conditions. So as far as that storm is concerned, it's kind of like with all of our storms. It's a bit far away right now. We're going to continue to watch it. We know that that storm will arrive with moisture in the area in the form of rain and snow on Sunday. We've got to watch the track and the timing. That'll give us some type and amount, and you'll see right now it looks like more of a rain event, especially Monday for us. So continue to monitor all the places we put up our forecast so that you can get the latest if you are going to be traveling on Sunday. If you're going west or north on Sunday, that's the time you want to watch it. The active weather pattern, that's Sunday right now, and it looks like there could be a little scattered activity early Sunday, but it's later on Sunday, probably in the afternoon or evening. That rain-snow mix develops to the north. Rain develops off toward the west, and then as you can see, that rain moves in, and Monday, generally a rainy day across eastern Iowa. Can't rule out a thunderstorm or two as well, as that storm will have a lot of energy to work with. That system, we're on the warm side on Monday, so it looks like we'll pull in some mild air. Highs could be in the middle to upper 50s across much of eastern Iowa, some rain. And then it slowly does move out as we head into Tuesday. And you can see as some colder air works away in the backside of that system, could end with a few snow showers. We may end up with not much precipitation at all on Tuesday. But again, the possibility is there for some isolated activity. We'll continue to watch it. Overall, this is certainly the most moisture that we're going to see in the two storm systems. This will bring a ½ inch to maybe 2 inches of rain in some spots. That's really a beneficial rain because it will soak in the ground, and as we know, we certainly need that. As far as the potential for accumulating snow right now with the second system, when we're talking the storm system from Sunday through Tuesday, the best chance of accumulating snow as it sits right now back off to the north and west. So that would be just maybe entering some of our northwest zone. That's why we need to continue to watch it. Any shift in that direction down toward the south or off to the east could certainly bring about a little bit more in the way of snow in eastern Iowa, but that's how it looks right now, probably more of a rain event. We're not done with the wintry precipitation, though. It does look like by next Friday, once again, we do have a chance at some rain or snow. That's 1 week from tomorrow. Best thing you can do, of course, stay up to date with us. Download the First Alert Weather app. It's free. It'll give you all the information. Our latest forecast will be on there as well. Quick thing to do before we kind of wrap everything up, I want to once again run through some timing for the first system. That's the one that moves in tonight. Again, our evening is just fine. Even into the early part of the overnight hours, I think we are going to remain very, very quiet. You notice by 3 in the morning, that's what we've kind of targeted as the time to start seeing some of the more enhanced bands of snow developing. And by the time Corey joins you at 6 a.m. in the morning, we should see some pretty good snows falling across portions of northern Iowa. Farther to the south, that's where we're seeing the rain in between 20 and 30. A nice dividing lines for us, certainly giving us that rain-snow mix. Now, as that system continues to push farther off toward the east, 9 a.m., Cedar Rapids, seeing a rain-snow mix or some snow. That's also true over toward Monticello. Dubuque still seeing snow, so it lasts a little bit longer for those of you up in Dubuque. Farther to the south, down toward Iowa City, mainly some rain. And there you go. As we watch toward the noon hour, it's all gone, and by the evening hours, things do move out very quickly. Snowfall forecast, once again, 2 to 4 inches in the north, trace to 2 inches farther toward the south. It's not going to last long. It will start to melt away fairly quickly, and then with that rain moving in on Monday, I doubt that we'll see much in the way of any snow on the ground by the time we head into Monday. Overnight lows, though, still dropping into the 30s, and that's what still continues to cause some of the slick travel conditions, especially during the overnight hours. So not a lot has changed from our previous forecast when Corey did the discussion earlier this morning. We're still looking at snow affecting the Friday morning commute. I would almost guess there's going to be some delays for some schools across northern Iowa. Of course, that won't be found until tomorrow morning. That's to see how this storm evolves. Stay up to date on our latest forecast. And again, the moisture's there, the cold air will be working its way in, and the storm system is strong enough to bring us a wintry mix of snow as we head toward this early part of our spring season. We'll continue to watch it for you. Always keep it here on your trusted local news and weather source, KCRG TV 9.